Good morning, good morning, good morning all. Thank you for joining CIG Sunday Night Live. This edition promises to be a great one, as it has always been. I'm simply Seton, your regular anchor for this show. Tonight is going to be a double package for us again, as we'll be having Eduru Emmanuel Jr. Taking us on the topic, action after decisions. But before it comes up, I'd like to call on our chief servant, the chief servant of CIG, in person of Emmanuel Eduru, to kickstart us with his opening speech and charge for us for the next 10 minutes or so. You're welcome, boss.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching us or calling from. Today is another day, another Sunday to remember. Quickly, I just want to make some presentations before our guest speaker who will be taking us, Eduru Jr. If you are hearing my voice, please type 111 in the chat box. If you are hearing my voice, type 111 in the chat box. Yeah, okay, thank you, Michael Ajayi. Thank you, Richard Jackson. Love it, thank you for that. Simio Denka, thank you. That's good. Elizabeth, okay, that's nice. My voice is going out, and I believe that Canada Stockies, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We have Stockies in Canada. Kunyi, Teresa, thank you. In fact, you came early. Mike Ajuma, mercy. Thank you, Lufunke, and all that. So, quickly, I want to say something about MLM, multi-level marketing. We are in this platform for two reasons. One, because of the products. Secondly, because we want to make money. And I can assure you that, yes, you are in the right platform if you talk about that. Now, there are a whole lot of things that needs to be put in place for you to be able to get it right. Getting it right is not a rocket science. You will fall, you will fail, you will meet challenges, both from the company, from your prospects, from your team members, from your family, and from a whole lot of places. So, but how do you remain steadfast to be able to accomplish what you have set up for yourself? And that is the very reason we are doing all this. I want to say something about succeeding in MLM. I have done a full presentation on this before. Probably I just want to touch some few bullet points on it. Number one, you must know it will take time. To succeed in MLM, it will take time, but you must do what? You must try to develop the attitude of always being happy with what you are doing. Number two, you must learn how to read books. Now, it has gone beyond reading of books. You can actually watch videos, because videos could stick more. They are like audio, they are audio visuals. So they stick more than, so not everybody likes reading. But that does not make you, it's not a defect somehow that you cannot succeed if you cannot read. If you cannot read, you have other opportunities. You could actually attend seminars. You could watch Zoom. You could watch YouTube. You will learn from there. You could attend Zoom meetings. You will learn from there and all that. You should also try as much as possible to learn how to save. from every income that comes from the business. You plow back some of the business and also do what? You use some for savings. The essence of savings is you save money that you will later invest, not to spend. You save to invest. You don't save because you want to go and use it to pay rent. That is not the kind of savings I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about the savings you want to use to go and do a holiday. I'm talking about savings that you later end up and invest it into other sectors of the economy. Another thing you have to learn how to do is you have to learn how to be frugal. When I say frugal, I am talking about being prudent in spending. Instead of buying electronics, use the money to buy something that will generate income, if not now, in the nearest future. Because if you buy more of liabilities, you will not be able to come out of the life of poverty or hand to mouth, and your business will not do well. You must learn how to remain consistent if you must succeed in MLM. And you must not chase two MLM the same time. It is wrong, and it is very wrong. And when I use the word MLM, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted in the sense that, oh, this one, I can do this one, they are selling products. I can do this one together, they are not selling products. But come off it. You need people. If both of them need referrals, automatically you are gradually wearing yourself out and sending your integrity to the dustbin. Why? You see, the ones that does not have products can be equated to Ponzi schemes. And if you are carrying people that you have prospected, people you have brought into a system, and because that one is slow for them to make it, you now bring in a Ponzi scheme, which is the get rich quick, and you now bring these people that you have brought into this particular one that is running as a system and brings them to the scheme of Ponzi. By the time they get into that Ponzi, there is no way on earth the Ponzi scheme will go beyond 12 months. It will crash. Because Ponzi scheme is contribution. This one contribute for this, and everybody contribute, give this one, give this one. Then those people that are cashing out, they are not coming back. And as they are not coming back, more people are coming because they've been convinced that they are paying people. And before you know it, the company is stocked. And that is the beginning of loss of integrity. Why most of you cannot succeed in this business is because you have lost your integrity. Integrity is what you build first in this business before you start thinking of how to make your team grow. You have to grow your develop personal characteristics. Your integrity must be put on the line. When everything is going off, it is your integrity that will keep your business going. So you must learn how to be frugal. You must learn how to stick with one network all the time. That is what keeps you going. You may not be succeeding, but just be focused. Nobody remains focused and does not make it at the end. The number of years does not matter. In fact, in network marketing, what makes you an authority is how many years have you spent with your network, with the platform you are doing. So you must do everything possible to pick up these tips or bullet points I'm giving in terms of succeeding in network marketing. Don't get it twisted. Stick to one network. Stick to a network that you know that, yes, you want to run for a longer time, because network marketing, you need a long period of time to get it right, to succeed with it. You should be counting 10, 20, 30 years, as long as the company is still remaining. I want to stop here and also encourage each and everyone to try as much as possible to put in their best. Don't give up with what you are doing, and you will see results. Next week, Sunday, I will continue from where I have stopped. Thank you so much as we welcome the next guest speaker.
All right.
Over to you, Mr. Seto.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, boss. Before you run off, let me ask this. How about, because you said we should stick to a particular company and for as long as the company exists and they still do the business well. How about we see an option of a similar network? Can't both be combined together since we want multiple streams of income?
Okay, you cannot combine network. Why you cannot combine network is because both of them are doing the same thing. You cannot work for Zenith Bank at the same time work for GTB. It is not going to be accepted. That is one. Then secondly, I give you a very local example, that is very crude. You cannot chase two chickens at the same time. Because if you chase them at the same time, you will miss the two. You will lack focus. You won't know which one to follow. Then again, when you talk about two networks, let's say, for example, this is CIG. God forbid, I just come out and announce, oh, all CIG members, I am now in a XYZ network. In fact, this is my bonus they paid me last week. This is the total amount. I have found something that we can merge together and we cannot do it together. And this is so everybody, first come, first I'll come and join. I am not doing this. Let me just say something here. No matter how influential I am, no matter how authoritative I am, I will not be able to move everybody from my team. Because not everybody came into Longrich because of money. Everybody came in with their so I have lost some people already. Then some people who are looking at me as somebody that can be focused. They want to learn and master the way I became so focused and succeeded here. They will just be disillusioned. All these are the different side effects of running after network, because there will be a tinge of selfishness on my part, trying to think of myself, because when I come in first, I cannot pack them to come and push me again in that place. What about those that are just coming in? I have made them to lose focus. So there will be this, it's a distraction. We call it distraction. And it puts you at a disadvantage. So that is just answering your question.
Boss, yeah, I understand. Just to re-emphasize this, I remember one of the times we were discussing, I think a little over 3 years ago, and you actually called some of the leaders in CIG and you told them this, that some other networks have actually approached you, trying to give you money before the likes of the things that happened in Ghana. But you said, okay, there's no problem. Maybe they take like 500 of your members. I can't remember the figure you gave them now, and give them the same amount of money. I think it was like $5,000. And they ran away just because they wanted to pull you out of Longrich. Can you just paint that picture for us in just 2 minutes?
Oh, okay. That was in 2017. There was a new network that was coming. They called me, actually, approached me, mentioned some big names in the industry and said, look, these guys have joined us and we want you there, this and that. They are ready to offer me this to move and I should come with my team members. I said, oh, that's nice. If you are going to give me this much, it's not $5,000. They were offering a very huge amount, over $100,000 or something like that. And I said, I don't have a problem with that. If you are giving me $100,000 cash, if you can give each of my team member $100,000, I will give you all the team members I have, each of them $100,000. What you are going to give me, they will follow you. And that was the end of them. I didn't hear from them again because I did not become Ima Eduru by myself. I became Ima Eduru because of the people. I became an SD because of the team. And I cannot abandon the team now when I've reached where they are trying to come to. I must help them to climb. That is why I said, if everybody leaves CIG, if it is one person that is remaining, I will help that person to become a star director as long as the company opens. And that is why I'm still doing this till today. Whether I make profit, whether I make bonus, no. Once upon a time, we were on top of it. We made so much money. Longrich gave us money to invest in different sectors. And those different sectors we invested, today they are still standing. And that is why we must hold the mother that gave that fed all these other businesses to come up. So that is just it. For those of you who can remember,
thank you so
we
much.
started from a low beginning, and we are here where we are today.
We can see Elizabeth attesting to that in the chat, that you made mention of this in one of the trainings in Ojolegba. Thank you. And for some of us that you are still carrying on your shoulder, please don't get worried. We love to follow your leadership, and we are enjoying the benefits today.
Anybody that wants to become a staff director, don't stop attending CIG meeting. One day will be your turn. You will be celebrated.
Amen.
You will be celebrated. So that is that.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, and God bless you.
All right. Catch up with you later, sir. All right. That was the chief servant of CIG, 3-star director, Eduru Senior. Now we are moving ahead to having the Eduru Emmanuel Jr. But before it comes up, let me just read his profile. He's someone we are so familiar with, but just for the formality, I just have to read his profile. For those joining us for the first time, or maybe probably the second or third time, and we've not had Eduru Jr., so I'm going to read his profile. You can also catch up with our recordings on YouTube. Log into YouTube along with CIG. You can click on the like, subscribe, and click on the notification button to get notified whenever we upload videos. Eduru Emmanuel Jr. had his bachelor's degree in medical radiography from the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. He did his internship program with the Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital, Anambra State. While practicing his profession, he became a serial entrepreneur and a public health activist. Today, he is the CEO of ACES Global Network, currently a Diamond 7 leader, and with Longrich Bioscience International, he has been able to train and coach many to achieve success on the platform as well, and even having small business startups. He's a multiple trip and car awardee. Emmanuel Eduru loves to train a whole lot from the time we've known him. He has not relented in doing that. He leads a team of over 9,000 members. And today it will be taking us on action after decision. Let's welcome the global chief servant of ALSI's team of Longrich, Emmanuel Eduru Jr. I would just love to unmute everybody to just welcome him. You're welcome, boss.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you.
Good to have you.
It's a pleasure.
I asked people to unmute. So seems it's not working. Okay, I can see.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Justin.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good evening. God bless you. You're welcome.
All right.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Good morning.
All right. I know for the love many have for you, because when it comes to promo strategies, is a master promo strategist, and that has actually made many of your team members to qualify for various promos in trips and in cars. Thank you so much for doing this with us. So the stage is yours. Welcome back. And please, for everyone, please prepare your questions. You're going to do the questioning today. Please, the time is not going to do. So from his teaching, we're going to drive home questions there. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be in your space. Today, I've been called upon to talk about actions after decisions. Actions after decisions is what gets you to your destination. The reason is because at every point in time, we have made decisions, we have made choices. But what separates us from actualizing our goals is the state action which we undertake once the decision is made. One of my most important decisions in life was the day I decided to come on board as a Longrich brand ambassador. But what makes a difference between my journey and that of a lot of people who make that same decision is the actions that I take. So this is something you need to personalize if you want to get the full sense of today's training. So I will be running us on a brief training on decisions and why they're very, very, very important. And as we commence, please take notes. Decisions are the stepping stones to every destination, but only a decision that is followed through by action creates the desired change that you want to see. Personally, when you decided to come on board the Better Life, Better Future journey, definitely you wanted something. You wanted to change something, and I did too. And the actions I took got me there. So what do you do when you make a decision? When you make a decision, you need to take action right away. If you don't, what normally happens is that you end up failing by default, or you get yourself where you don't want to be. I, for one, have gotten to the point in my life where I've experienced what they call crossroads. Crossroads is a big part of your journey in life to becoming who you want to be. And at every point in time, I've gotten to crossroads at different times. It's not just a one-day thing. At your crossroads, you are often faced with two decisions at that particular moment. Either you go left or you go right. Either you're for something or you are against it. Now, at that point, what do you do? If you are unable to come up with a tangible decision at that point, what happens is you remain stuck in one position and you can stay there for as long as your lifespan. Why am I saying? Why I'm saying this is that if you don't make a decision, you are bound to remain in one place and you will remain there. And until you decide on which way to go, you aren't going to get to where you are headed. So decisions are essential. Decisions, what makes a decision take effect is the actions you would take to implement such decisions. So why do you need to make decisions? Sometimes we make decisions because we mean them. But for others, they just make decisions without attaching purpose to it. Most people make decisions out of peer pressure. Peer pressure. Everybody's doing it. Let me go and join them. This is a very, very familiar line. Most people join Longrich because everybody is doing Longrich. They didn't join Longrich because they mean to join Longrich. Likewise, people are joining a lot of multiple XYZ business because people are joining multiple XYZ businesses. But the big question is, they are doing it because of what? Peer pressure. I don't want to feel left out. Let me join the bandwagon. If you can't beat them, you join them. But is that reasonable enough? For others, they do it because of the circumstances they are in. This one is very, 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 very important and crucial. You see, we talked about decisions being what you do to effect a change. If you don't like where you are, if you don't like the circumstances, you make decisions that help you change them. Personally, that has been me. I made my decisions because I didn't like my circumstances. I didn't like where I was coming from. And that is where your why becomes very, very important. Those who make decisions out of peer pressure don't have a compelling why. But if you have a compelling why, you will know why you are here. So everything you do in life has an incentive behind it. There's something you want to get. That's why you're doing it. But as long as there's an incentive, there's a reason for you to do what you're doing, you will definitely do it. But if there's no incentive, you don't have anything to get from it, you definitely won't do it. So no matter how many decisions you make, when there's no incentive, you won't follow through on the actions needed to make them. Personally, yes, I've made some decisions, but because there's no incentive, what is the end game? I didn't follow through on those decisions. But the important decisions, the life-changing decisions, I followed through on them because I knew what I was after. So you need to attach meaning to your decisions. If you don't mean what you decide to do, you will just make those decisions just because you're making decisions. You won't take any actions, and decisions will end up being a valueless decisions. Now, the effectiveness of the decisions you make are dependent on whether you follow through on those decisions with actions. Why I'm saying this is because we make a lot of important decisions, but what stops us from getting there is action. That explains why the day I was signing up to do Longrich, thousands of people out there also did the same. They also signed up to do Longrich. But what separates certain people from an expected end, from that incentive they are going for, is the lack of action. You don't take actions. So the more effective your actions are, the more effective your decision becomes. Now, taking a decision doesn't mean much if you don't follow through with actions. You can take a decision anytime you want. You can make a decision no matter the circumstances, but what matters is what? The actions you take. What if you took a decision just to show up? Let's say, for example, you decided to join Longrich because you heard that people are qualifying for cars and trips. So you want to qualify for cars and trips and show up. And you didn't follow through with action. What happens? What happens is that people will ask you, this Longrich you're talking about, are you sure you're doing Longrich? And that's very, 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 very important. So as long as you don't take action, decisions will mean nothing. In fact, you will lose credibility, especially when you wanted to show up. When you go about being proud, bragging, and all of that, people will now be like, oh, you said you would join Longrich, you will qualify for trip, you will qualify for car, but you didn't take action. People now say, now in way. Every time you are called upon to when you make a decision, people say you won't do it, you won't do it, just simply because you are no longer credible. So at the end, they will classify you as someone who makes empty promises, but don't take actions and don't follow through. You are all words and nothing less. We don't want that. As a person, credibility is important to me. My credibility is important. My word is my honor, and it matters to me. So if you are out there, you're going about making decisions, start taking actions, just know that you are losing credibility. Every day, for every decision you make, people will not trust you. People will not take your word. People will just classify you as empty. So if you make decisions, you never follow through on them, you lose your self-respect. Your self-esteem will go out the window. That's where you find yourself. So at every point in time in life, when you make decisions, follow through on them. For whatever reason, follow through on it. Follow through on your decisions. One thing I want to say, speaking from experience, is that my decisions changed my life. So your decisions can actually change your life, but the power lies in your hands. The power to change your life by means of your decisions lie right in your hands. Now, if you can make the right decisions, it can change the course of your journey. But remember, taking the right decision, taking of the word right decision, that's the most important thing. It's not just important to make decisions, but it has to be the right decision for it to effect the needed change in your life. Because yes, when the opportunity to do Longrich came, I could decide to say no. But the question is, would that have been the right decision? Will it have changed my life? I don't need to answer this one. Everybody knows the answer to that question. So then when you make the right decision, you need to couple it up with action. And that calls for being proactive. I have always been someone who is proactive whenever I want to do something. And I go all out for it. Whatever it takes, I do it just so I can get my decisions to work. That's if you have been following through on my trainings, you will understand what I mean. Now, a passing thought. When you make decisions, how do you take your decisions? How do you take your decisions? You need to take them seriously. If you take your decisions seriously, it can change your life. But it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is that a right decision can change your life if and only if you follow through with action. So follow through with action right now For every decision you make, when your future self meets you, it will tell you, thank you. On my journey, one of the important quotes I've come to learn on my journey with Longrich is that when you're young, you look like the decisions your parents made when they had to make decisions. But when you grow older, you look like your decisions. So the big question is, what is your attitude towards the decisions you are making? What are the steps you're taking to make your dreams a reality? And how much do you hold yourself to account whenever you make decisions? Action after decisions is what got me to where I am today. And it's only action that separates the best from the rest. So if you want to be the best, make decisions, follow through on your decisions, and make the best out of it. Thank you for joining us in this session. Thank you.
Wow, that was great. I was still writing. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Eduru. Okay, I know people are itching. The chat is popping up. Okay, let me unmute you again. Yeah, just say thank you. Awesome presentation. Yeah, that was excellent.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
Great.
Awesome presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, my Eduru Junior.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, boss.
Now, I have said I will not be the one doing the questioning. So if you have questions, if you want to put them on the chat, or you can raise your hand, I will mute you to ask your question. It's not necessarily that you come on the camera, because I know that's where people shy away from. Okay, we have the first person. I want to have everybody that wants to ask a question, have your hand raised, so that I'll just take you one after the other to save our time. So I'll be waiting. Okay, we have Esther Daniel. You can unmute yourself and go ahead with your question.
Good morning. Thank you.
You can go ahead.
Thank you. All right. Good morning, sir. Thank you for the session.
Good morning. Please, can you raise your voice a bit?
Okay. Good morning. Thank you for the session.
Good morning.
It was great but powerful. My question is on decision and taking action. I'm a Diamond 2 leader on the platform, and I'm barely 9 to 10 months in the business. I've fully committed myself into the business to do it with the whole of my heart, and I've decided to go out on a 90 days challenge that is almost ending. It wasn't a success for me at all, but I'm not relenting. I still want to do probably a 1 month challenge again, according to one YouTube program by a recorder I watched. So my question on decision is, you have decided to do something, you have put in all commitment, you are taking action, but you are not seeing commensurate results. What should I do? This is in regard of like prospecting and recruiting, because I know the capital of our business is people, bringing in people for you to okay. So you have decided, you have put in effort and what it takes to just have success in the business, but you are not seeing results. Please, what else can I do? Strategies that I can use that can help me. I still don't want to give up on business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to commend you for taking up the challenge to engage in the 90 days program. This question is a bit personal to me. It takes me back. Am I audible? Yes, I'm audible. Okay.
Yes,
It takes me back to me in the beginning. Me in the beginning is pretty much where you are right now. I've always been this kind of person that makes decisions, like proactive decisions, and I've always followed through on them. Personally, I have followed through on decisions. Let me give a timeline. I started making decisions for my Longrich business 2017 October. I followed through on them all to 2018, 2019, before I had major breakthrough in my journey with Longrich. Why I'm saying this is because one of the first things I learned from GoPro and from my mentors was that in this our journey, it's not always expected end that you get. But when you pick up challenges, they challenge you, they take you out of your comfort zone, they put you on the spot, and the challenges you give yourself sizes you up. It's kind of brings out the best in you, but you might not get the results, the expected results immediately. Some people, you prospect them today, they don't join today. They don't even join this year. They don't join next year. They join 4 years' time. Some people, you talk to them about Longrich, they patronize you immediately. Some people, they don't patronize you at all. But the most important person in this whole thing is you. I did the 90 days plan over and over again. While I was at it, I had other things I was also running on. So every aspect of my journey was all about making decisions. When my business hits a stop, a kind of a full stop, I don't let it stay there. I try to see what I can do to keep myself going. So because I was a moving person, I was a proactive person, it rubbed off on the people who were also trying to catch the vision I had for Longrich. And eventually we began to make it in the business. So please, most times when you make decisions, especially decisions that are set to move you from one level to the other in our business, how you handle the results matters. How you handle the results matters. The result might not be as appreciable as you want, but I assure you of one thing. When you took up that decision to start the 90 days plan and now, where you are now in the business, either as in the business or as an individual, you are a different person entirely. So appreciate the personal development that came from taking up this step, and then think of how you can scale up and do more, or adopt newer strategies and approaches to your business. That is what I do. Yes, I panic. Yes, I do. But I take action swiftly as possible. I go into action. So that's it pretty much.
Well, thank you so much. I hope that answers your question, Esther. Well, that's actually part of my questions, and you have actually answered that. This is similar to it as well. From Mugwari, he said, can you give us examples of some actions to take and how to achieve them?
Yeah, I'm looking at that question now. Can you give us examples of some actions to take and how to achieve them? The first action to take is actually joining the business. And then important steps and decisions you can make in your journey with Longrich is: 1, personal development, improving your knowledge and capacity of the industry, getting to know your platform. These are decisions. They are very, 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 very important decisions. When I joined Longrich, yes, I didn't know a lot about the business, but I was enthusiastic. Enthusiasm with ignorance, knowledge. There's a quote I want to bring here, but when you're enthusiastic and you are still ignorant, definitely you will get a measure of results, but it won't be able to propel you to where you want to go to. So decision to invest in personal development is a very, 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 very important. In fact, it's the most important decision in our journey. My boss and mentor 3 years, they always told me that, Emmanuel, leave money, leave rank, leave trip, leave car and the rest. Focus on knowledge. He told me that when when you build your knowledge and your capacity in this industry, people will come to you. And that was the basic truth. If you're on this call and you have not started investing in knowledge, then I think that is a decision you need to take up. How did I invest in knowledge? 3SD mentioned it earlier, attending Zoom calls like this, being in trainings, physically. When I started, there was nothing like Zoom, so it was more physical. If you cannot pay transport to go and attend, then you lose out of the training. But now with Zoom, you're at home in the evening and you're participating in training, and that is a plus for you. I also had to read books like GoPro, Business in 1st Century, changed the game for me because they fine-tuned me, they made me a professional, though when I started, I was an amateur. And then if you want to know the power of your decisions, you read books like Made in Worry. It takes you on a journey. It takes you on a journey of self-discovery, a journey that makes you believe that impossible is nothing. So one of the important is to invest in knowledge. Another important decision you need to make is to apply what you learn. Or what do I mean? When you go prospecting, are you the same person every day, every month, every year? Are you the same person? No improvements? Because it's one thing to participate in trainings, it's one thing to implement. Once you have learned and learned and learned and learned and learned, if you don't know how to convert it into, if you don't know how to put it to work in your business, then you have a problem. So you need to decide that when you're going to prospect, you're going to apply chapter 1, apply chapter 2, apply chapter 3 as far in form of a workbook. And then you also need to rate yourself based on how is my implementation process. To be candid with you, once you are good at implementing what you learn when you read books and when you're driving your business, your actions will get you more results. Doing the right things, taking the right decisions, taking the right steps is why 2 people will come and prospect 1 person, he will join 1 and neglect 1, simply because of proficiency. So prepare to be the best and prepare to take actions. And also decide to, another decision you can take, decision to stick to the business. Sticking to the platform is very, very important. There were times when Longrich was hit with a lot of things happening. As of 2017, there was a lot of Ponzi. 2016, 2017, there was a lot of Ponzi. A lot of people could not stand simply because they wanted to follow something flashy and all of that. But as I'm talking to you, those businesses are no more. Longrich is still there. So these are actions and decisions you can take and you can make.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll go to one more. Will tell us your name and where you're joining us from. Bibi, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, good morning, leaders. Good morning, FSDs. Good morning, SDs here in this room. Thank you so much, FSD and my. That was an awesome presentation. So mine is more.
Please let us know where you're joining us from.
Okay, I'm joining you from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So mine is more or less like a contribution to what FSD Eduru said in answering Esther's question. So I think I personally understand where she's coming from. You know, you're doing everything in the book. You feel you're doing all that needs to be done, but you're not getting the result and people are not joining you. FSD have mentioned some of the things that you can do, but I wanted to point out something here in the area of changing your strategy. You mentioned something, Esther, that of course the business, our currency here is people joining you. But if you can switch your strategy a bit, instead of concentrating on the people joining you, how about you look at the products? Concentrate on marketing the products. See how you can use the social media tools available to you to push this product out there. Because the truth is we are actually even moving product to increase our sales volume for you to get paid. So you can use things like Reels, learning how to do Reels, learning how to do live videos to talk about your product, just finding ways to push your product out there for people to see. So they may not necessarily join you, but you can get sales. You can get people wanting to know this product you're using and wanting to buy from you. Such a way you wouldn't feel you're stuck. an extent. I'm just talking from personal experience. For a while now, because of what is going on, I haven't really registered anybody in my business, but I've been making good sales, really good sales. And with that, when people get to you,
as long as the PV is coming in.
Thank you. You're moving and you don't really feel stuck. And with time, everything will just fall in place and your business is going. So thank you so much. Just a contribution.
Thank you so much. Just to buttress that, I like just this past week made sales of about 140 PV, and it's not from a registration. It's just sales, and it has come. Thank you so much, baby. And once again, want to say thank you, big thank you to FSD and my Eduru Junior. Before you run off, you will give us the entry levels. But before that, I just want to encourage us with these short videos. That will just be our like a commercial break that we having now.
I am too young. I am too old. I am an immigrant. I speak with an accent. I don't have enough experience. Or maybe, you know what? It's too late. I'm married. I've got a husband. I've got a wife. I have kids, right? I sacrifice for my kids. And you know what? I never wanted it anyway. That it's a lie. You justify your failures. Don't use your kids as an excuse. Use them as fuel, as your motivation. Why you must do something, not why you can do something. Stop justifying.
Now, maybe you're thinking, I don't know how to build a dam. I don't know how to get 1 million people involved in anything. Well, let me tell you a secret. No one does when they begin. Ideas don't come out fully formed. They only become clear as you work on them. You just have to get started.
That is just it. Just have to get started. Take action after your decisions. So to take us just in like, I don't know, 2 minutes or so, are the entry levels, which will be done by my Eduru Junior as well. So you can go ahead, boss.
One very, very important aspect of our journey with Longrich is presenting the opportunity. Presenting the opportunity is something you're going to be doing over and over again. So let's get started. Let's get it moving. How can you get started with Longrich? It's pretty simple. There are entry levels, and they are what they call PVs attached to each entry level. The maximum PV there is 1680 PV. Then there's which is the VIP. The platinum is 720 PV, 240 PV for the gold, 120 PV for the silver, 60 PV for the Q silver, and then 4 PV for the starter combo. Look at your financial capacity, look at the one that suits you and start with it. It's very, very important that you look at the weekly bonus rates. That tells you that you lose money if you're at a lower entry level. So you can start with a lower entry level and get moving, upgrade to VIP as soon as possible. Very important. You start with the VIP and build your team from there. What's expected of you? The company expects you to build a community or club of persons who use our product, at least 3 people. And you keep on building a club of 3 who use our product. You have the maximum of 3. When you have more than 3, if you are proactive as I am, you put them under your team members and you keep going. No time frame, no pressure. You grow at your own pace. You become a leader the moment the people who you brought into the business begin to also lead their own people, as you can see in the chat here. And you accumulate bonus points. You earn from your team's collective weekly PVs generated. Longrich can pay you every week. But if you can build the business consistently right from the day you start the business, you can earn every week. Just as long as you are consistent and ready to do the work. You can join our business from different parts of the world. If you're in the US, in the UK, in South Africa, in Zambia, in Kenya, in Ghana, in Liberia, Tanzania, Malawi, you can become an ambassador. You're in Cameroon, irrespective of your currency. What connects us is PV. And you can be in Nigeria and build a team of people in all these countries. You earn commission from their activities, and their PVs helps you to grow in rank as you pursue your journey to the top with Longrich. Someone asked a question. Let me take that question. When one is faced with a viable and feasible business opportunity, or when a great idea is awakened within oneself, what is your first step or action? When you are faced with a new opportunity, your first step of action is to ask yourself certain questions. Well, what company is this? When were they established? Very, very, very important. Are they into R&D? Do they have products or services they are offering? And how long has the company been in business? That tells you how feasible the business is. You also need to also look at the entrepreneurial team. What are they like? Do they have a group support system that is designed to help you get the hang of it and grow your business? That is one. The question has two parts. Another part is when you have a wonderful idea and you need to take action. Let me see it again. That part that says, okay, a great idea is awakened within oneself. When a great idea is awakened within oneself, what you do is you look for like minds. When I joined Longrich, I saw how great the opportunity was. So I began to look for like minds. I looked for people who were interested in what I'm interested in, people who were looking at building something spectacular for them. As at the time when I found Longrich, the people who were in my life were not like minds. So I had to look for like minds, because if you look for like minds, your dream will become more feasible and possible, because you will get it seen. You get brains, the best brains, and can get to make decisions and work collectively to achieve your desired goal. Thank you for being on this call.
When people ask questions and all that, it could be that they are reading your minds as well. Thank you so much, FSD Eduru. It's been a very, very great pleasure to have you. But let me do this, or let's do this together. For those of you that you are on this call tonight, you know what has happened. We're gonna repeat another training session, but not this particular one, next week. So Eduru Junior will be coming back next week. For the period of May, we may be having a bit of more of the trainings. We've had like 3 guests that will be coming, pure training, just to re-energize us and revitalize some of the things we have actually known before, or to remind us. This is just for us to hit the ground running again and get fired up. We're going to do a special package again next week with Eduru Junior. You don't want to miss that. Thank you so much for showing up. I have one interesting announcement to make, particularly for UK markets, and also those that may be in the Europe can also actually take part in this as well, but it's in the UK market. This is a mini range. It's like a combo stuff. To get this is like a multiple streams of income for you. This is actually nice. These are the products: 50 grams toothpaste, 100 grams bamboo soap, and that's just one out of the 3. And you got 50 ml 2-in-1 shampoo, 105 ml SOD. They have made these packages for like combo, and the first generation that will be like £8 on each combo. £8 in Nigeria market. Nigeria is about 5,600 if I'm not mistaken. So, or even more than that, I think it's about 7,200. Yes, with the rates today. So second generation, you can see it on your screen, and this goes to the 3rd generation. So no limitation can be purchased. There is limitation rather, can be purchased only once, but there is no limit to sponsoring. So no limits to your sponsor level. The requirement is just £30 for the registration. It is better you do this before your downlines. If you have people in UK, this is a great combo. You can see the calculation there. If you have 10 persons and you're having 80,000, that's about 72,000 naira. So you can see that. You can see £200. You can see £4,000, and this. You all know that Longrich will always pay you this. You can just screenshot the full flyer. You can still get them on the back office on Longrich website to get this done. Okay, that's our session for tonight. It's a great honor to have had Emmanuel Eduru for tonight, and we hope to have you again next week. We implore you to join us again next week, same time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time, UK time, Ghana 6 p.m., South Africa 8 p.m., and US, I think that will be 2 p.m. because of this so much change in time now. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week. Thank you. One last word, Eduru Junior.
I'm looking forward to having you guys next week. We promise it to be mind-blowing.
Oh, very it, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And have a good evening.
Thank you.